So we've got all of this data, but what do you actually do with it? You see, being a seriously great agent, it's not just about building a big database. It's actually about what you do with the people that are sitting inside of that database. And one of the most important and critical skills is your ability to be able to pull out a particular call list and to go after it. Now, if you really think about the data sets that really matter, it's about actually thinking, okay, the first one without a doubt is what we're going to go and call our seller hit list. And that seller hit list is literally people that you've pitched on, that you're about to go to pitch on, that have got an agency agreement out in front of them, or are in a position that they've got a proposal. And you think all of those people right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them right now out in market that are sitting in that position that they're either going to choose you or a competitor, and you need to review that list on a daily basis. And that's about the conversation, what do we do next in order to be able to go and secure that listing? Is it going back for another appointment? Is it bringing your principal? Is it in that position that we literally drop down a box of Cadbury chocolates and a thank you card? Are we going to go and show them something to go and buy? Are we going to be in a position we're going to try and get a buyer appointment through their particular home? That seller hit list needs to be reviewed daily, and it's a critical skill for great agents. The secondary part is then what we've got to call your market appraisals. Now, the challenge inside of our real estate industry is that we go out to someone's house, we give them an idea on what that property is worth. Then a couple of days later, we write them a letter of value. We call them and we say, hey, are you selling? And they say, no, not now. And you're like, okay, cool, have a great life. And then you do nothing with that particular list of market appraisals. Now, what great agents really do is that they actually have a physical printed list out of that database of all of the market appraisals that they've done on the inside of their career. And weekly, they read through that list in its entirety. They circle names, they highlight key people. They think, you know what, I need to call that person because I saw them last weekend. They were at the supermarket. I saw them when I was picking up the kids at school. You know what, they should know about that listing. They should know about that sale. And you're jogging your mind through all of those different people and actually getting the connections to land. Now, if you did that every week, you have an incredible business, because then that leads us into our third group of people that are absolutely critical on the inside of your database. And those people are what we're going to call our buyer sellers. Those people that we know that if we find them something to buy, then naturally they will sell with us. And the critical skill there is that that needs to be reviewed on a daily basis. Now, what the best agents in the country do is that every single business day, they have a look at the new listings that have come on market. They have a look at the properties that have been sold in the sold gallery on the major real estate websites. And then they think, who are the people that actually need to know about that listing or that sale, regardless of whether or not it was our listing or our sale. And that's such an important skill. Because inside of the seller hit list or the market appraisals or those buyer sellers, do they need to know about that particular property? And if they found out about that, would that change what they're doing? Would that be something they want to go and buy? Is that a similar property to the one that they already own? Is that something that literally they need to know about because it will ultimately change their plans? Your skill in being a great real estate agent is not just building a big database and doing nothing with it. Your skill in being a great real estate agent is reviewing the list and identifying who to connect who with who. And that skill about thinking the seller hit list, what you're doing with your market appraisals, and what you're doing with the buyer seller list, and reviewing it in a regular and consistent fashion in a manual way, printed out of the digital database, is ultimately the number one skill of what great agents do to scale to 50 to 100 to 170 transactions per year. So if you really want to go there and you want to push the upper echelons of high performance and absolutely being at your best, don't just build a big database, actually do something with it.